So a few months ago, sometime in January, I was in Ireland, and I was in this tiny little area, the northern area of the country called Donegal. I remember sitting on the beach, and there was places to sit on the beach, but I was like kind of on top of this, like it was very scenic. It was kind of on the top of this mountain cliff edge, sort of overlooking the ocean. And I remember sitting there during the day, and I'll go out there every morning during the trip and just kind of sit there and enjoy the area. But the real time that had the most impact on me was at night. So I'll go out there and I'll sit out there with the little light, and I'll just journal, and I would look over the edge of the water and just be like, wow, the world is so huge, right? The world is so huge, because I'm sitting and I'm looking over the coast, and I'm not even facing like the actual ocean. It's kind of like a little gulf, sort of, not really, but it's kind of like a little gulf, so you can still see land off in the distance. When you look at a map, the gulf where I am is like right here, right? And the next piece of land is literally right next to me. But even during the day, you can barely see it. And that just kind of put into perspective for me how tiny we are in the scope of the world. And this kind of all seems redundant. But then I got to thinking of how tiny we are in terms of like the ocean, right? How much space we can't even inhabit, or can't yet, right? And then I was thinking about space, and I was like, there's so much out there that we don't understand, and we've never seen, and probably never will, you know? And I was journaling about that. I was just journaling, almost having a conversation with myself, you know? And I was just enthralled by this idea. And then it dawned upon me as I'm journaling. My brain is only able to use and put onto this paper the words I know. So imagine all the words I don't know. Then I started imagining all the parts of my brain and the things that I would never be able to imagine, and how great and grand this space inside my head truly is. It's just remarkable. And when you think about that, you think about, you know, the size of just the little mini universe that sits inside of your brain, and then it comes into perspective that everybody has that. And it's just insane the amount of things you can put down on paper and what you're capable of. So today I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about journaling and how that's impacted me. So before I went to Ireland, I did journal, you know, off and on. I didn't really use it as sort of like a practice to uplift my mood or anything like that. I just kind of did it every now and then. I discovered, you know, creative writing, how much I enjoy that, and especially poetry. Now, it's important to remember though that journaling isn't just about, you know, writing on the paper. It's about creating a sacred space for self-reflection. It's not necessarily a diary, but it's a spot for you to communicate with yourself. And a lot of times before journaling, what I would do is I'd just get a friend and I'd sit in front of them and just talk to them about how I'm feeling. And that always worked. But the biggest realizations I made in that process wasn't from what I heard back from them. It was always hearing the words come out of my mouth and then interpreting those afterwards, like having a conversation with myself. But there's another person there, you know, just hearing and listening to me, so I feel heard. And then I realized I don't need any of that. I can just write on the paper and it has the same effect. So I used it for that, and it improved my mood. And then I just realized, you know, how much I can truly write and experiment with. And I sort of fell in love with the craft. And I want you guys to share that experience with me. So I don't do any sort of gratitude journaling. I don't reflect on things I've done. I don't reflect on stuff like that. I just write down how I feel. I mean, maybe that's why I have such a gravitation towards poetry. But there's 3 different ways, just some journaling prompts I want to give you that you can use to improve your mood and start yourself on the journey that I did. So gratitude journaling, that's going to help you to reflect on things you've done. Reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. You know, like your family, the house you live in, whatever it is, your current situation and things you have, and just expressing your gratitude. It's going to change your perspective and allow you to obviously be more grateful for what's around you. There's affirmations, so you can just kind of affirm within yourself, you're capable, you're proud of yourself, you're amazing. These things are going to help rewire your brain for positivity and empower you. These things are going to help you rewire your brain for positivity and empower you to overcome self-limiting beliefs. And reflective writing. This is usually what I do. This is the biggest thing for me. So let's say like I got broken up with or something, right? I'm going to write about many different perspectives about that experience, how it impacted me, and how I grew from it. And that has just had such a profound impact on me. I encourage you to journal every day, whether that be, just writing down things you want to do for the day and just some organization, but also writing just to write. I mean, it exercises your brain and it makes you an overall happier person. Please do this, not because I'm asking you to, but because I genuinely believe this will have a profound impact on the way that you perceive yourself, the world, and your brain, your capabilities. So have a great day, and thank you so much for listening.